आज आफ्नो साथीहरूले भेट्नुभयो र हिजो के भयो त्यो भन्ने बेलामा तपाईले सुरुदेखि स्टार्ट गर्नुहुन्छ हैन, यसमा पनि त्यस्तै गर्नुपर्छ. What happened at first, okay? Where were people when the incident started? Then what happened next? What happened after that? Okay, so there has to be some logical sequence in which you will present the information. You cannot start with information from the dialogue. The dialogue is often some interview or some information that they are collecting after the incident happened, right? So which means you cannot start with information from the dialogue. That is what I mean by logical sequence. First, write what happened first, then what happened next, okay? And what was the final thing that they did, okay? You don't have to use words like first, then next, final, but you have to just remember that you have to write the incident or report in a particular order, okay? Then your report, so what you have to have in the report is you should have a title, okay? Then you should write your narration. Some students were asking me how many words should you write. I don't think there is an official requirement for X number of words, but ideally to write a complete report with all the details, you will need at least 250-300 words. If you write more than that, that is fine. But if you write less than that, I think you might miss some details and you will not be giving complete information. So, okay, so I think you will need at least those many words to write the report. Okay. 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 Then you have to write conclusion in a separate paragraph. Okay. Which means in the end, write what happened at the end. Like, did they arrest somebody? Have they filed a case against somebody? Was somebody arrested? Was somebody shot dead? And or is the investigation ongoing? Like the sample we saw yesterday, it said investigation is ongoing because the investigation has not ended. So at the time of writing your report, if the investigation is still going on, then you will write investigation ongoing. You will not write investigation has ended. And be careful with things like in yesterday's report, some of my students in the other class wrote, they found the attackers, which was not true. They had not found anybody. They had not arrested anybody. So you have to write, your information has to be correct. It has to be complete. It has to be clear. Okay. So you have to think about all of these things. So every day we will be doing one reading and listening test, but we will also be doing some of this grammar or English language structure that will help you to write your report. Okay. But remember, easiest thing to do is your report will be in the same tense or reported speech as is given in the reading comprehension. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Can I continue and start with the grammar part? If you have any questions, please type in the chat. I'll wait for 1 minute. If you have any questions, quickly type. If not, I'm going to continue. Okay, I cannot see any questions. If you want to type your question, you can type in Nepali or English. It does not matter. I can understand Nepali and answer questions. If you think I'm explaining something in English and you don't understand, then please send a message in chat and request me to explain in Nepali. I will do that. However, yesterday I was speaking in Nepali a lot more because it was the first class. From today, we're going to continue, do the test. What about narrative and dialogue in sequence? So first you will start with what happened first. That will usually be information from the reading comprehension. Okay. Then information in the narration, there might be some new details added in the narration, but that can be included in the part. In the same way, wherever you're writing that information in the reading part, after that you can write. You are not going to write the report पहिला reading को मात्रै लिख्ने, त्यसपछि narrative को मात्रै, त्यसपछि dialogue को मात्रै, त्यस्तो लेख्नु मिल्दैन. Okay, you have to write in the order in which the incident happened and the order in which information is appearing. Usually though dialogue चाहिँ incident पछि मात्रै हुनु सक्छ. 90% of the cases dialogue चाहिँ incident भएपछि उनीहरुले कोले गएर भेट्छ, सोध्छ हैन के भयो भनेर. So that is so dialogue will appear wherever the dialogue is happening in the series logical sequence of incidents. That's where it will appear. Okay. Chitra Giri is asking, आजसम्म के बढाइ छ? Hey, हिजो first day मा हामीले टेस्ट गर्यो. हिजो हामीले note taking र reading कसरी गर्ने त्यसमा अलि डिस्कस गर्यो. तपाईले क्लास आज मात्र जॉइन करायचं बने. Don't worry, the notes have been shared on WhatsApp. So yeah, so should we write? No, you are not going to write anything. You will directly write the report as if you're sitting in the office and filing the report. You will not write anything like I have included 10 key points from the passage, 10 key points from the narration. No. Need yesterday's recorded class. I'm not sure what the official rules are, but I will let the office know. If you have missed a class, please send a message on the WhatsApp group and the office will respond to you. Okay. Manoj, please send a message on the WhatsApp group and the office will respond to you on what you have missed. But the notes are available and the notes are shared or will be shared on the WhatsApp group. Please repeat how to write conclusion. So conclusion in a separate paragraph means just write, you're writing a report, right? You're telling a story. So what happened at the end of the story? Did they finally arrest the attackers? Did the judge order something? Did they confirm some information, or is the investigation ongoing? Whatever is the final status of that incident, that will be in a separate paragraph. Yesterday's second comprehension's answer, I will share that. I will post that on the WhatsApp group. Okay. Because right now it's already been 15 minutes. So I want to continue discussing the English grammar part so that we can afterwards also do a reading as well as listening. Okay. So right now I'm going to continue, but I will remember to send you the reading answers on WhatsApp. Okay. I'll ask the office to send you on WhatsApp. Okay. Okay. I'm going to now continue. Okay. So is it clear? Should report be step by step like a passage? Yes, you don't have to write words like follow-up report. You will not write words like introduction, main body, conclusion, follow-up. No, but you will write information in paragraphs. Okay, don't write 300 words in one paragraph. Okay, there has to be first what happened, then the next set of incidents or actions write in the next paragraph, then write another paragraph, but at least 3 to 4 paragraphs. Okay, so divide your information in chunks. न्यू पैराग्राफ भनेको नयाँ इन्फर्मेसन हैन. पहिला के भयो त्यो चाहिँ एउटा प्याराग्राफमा, त्यसपछि अलि के भयो त्यो नेक्स्ट प्याराग्राफमा. ओके ओके, इज दैट क्लियर? MSI, yeah. Okay. Okay, can I continue now? I think I've answered most of the questions that I received on the chat. Okay. This report writing that we are learning, to whom it is being submitted. You are working, this report, you are giving the exam for UN police, right? So if you are working in a mission, then you are writing a report. You have to file reports at the end of the day. Whatever you witnessed, whatever happened, whatever you saw, that will be one of your jobs. Okay. It will be easy to understand report writing. If we have a sample, yes, the sample is included in the material given on WhatsApp, but just give me 1 second and I will be back. I will confirm with the office that it has been sent on WhatsApp. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I'll be back. I'm back. Okay. So in the WhatsApp group or a Telegram group, I don't know, but I will ask them to send it. WhatsApp group, they have sent you some notes, what we did yesterday, which is reading comprehension. And after the reading comprehension, there is narrative tense, which we are going to discuss today. And they have also sent armed attack. Okay, do we have to mention from the time of information from which police received? No, from the time of information, because when you're writing a report, you have to write what time did the police receive the call, right? You will write everything. Where were they when they received the call? So all the details have to be complete. If you just start from there was gun firing, but you don't give me details like what happened before that, that is incomplete information. Okay. Okay, I'm going to continue now. Sample report has been sent on the WhatsApp. Whatever document has been sent, please download and please scroll through all the pages and you will find the sample report given there. If not, I will request the office. If you can't find it, please message on WhatsApp and the office will send it again. Okay, now I'm going to stop answering questions here and continue with the grammar part. Okay. Okay, very simply, so a lot of people were also asking what kind of sentences to write. Okay, so in English grammar, there are three kinds of sentences. Okay, three or four kinds: simple, compound, complex. कॉम्प्लेक्स सुनेर न डराउनुहोस्. कॉम्प्लेक्स चाहिँ एउटा ग्रामेटिकल स्ट्रक्चर मात्रै हो. कॉम्प्लेक्स को मतलब कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होइन. ओके, सो सिम्पल सेन्टेन्स मीन्स very simple sentence: subject, verb, object. Subject means karta, the one who does the action. Verb means kriya, what action is being done. Okay, and the object is usually what receives the action, karmi. Same terms in Nepali grammar. Okay, so simple sentences, for example, you can look at the screen. Number one, sentence number one, right? She ate lunch. There is, she ate lunch is simple, compound, simple, subject, verb, object. Okay, this in English is known as a simple sentence. Okay, then you have compound. Compound means when you join two sentences. Okay, for example, she ate lunch, comma, when you join two complete sentences, you have to put a comma and write but or and. Okay, she ate lunch but she was still hungry. So you're joining two independent clauses with a coordinating conjunction. These notes that I'm discussing right now are not in the WhatsApp group, but I will ask the office to send it to you when the class ends today. So don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. Then there is complex. Complex sentence in English grammar is when you're joining two pieces of information. Okay. So look at this third sentence. Okay. Okay. She was still hungry even though she had eaten lunch. Okay. If I write, okay, just look at what I'm typing right now. If I write, even though she had eaten lunch, is this a complete sentence? It is not. Okay, in English, independent clause simply means some information that is complete, fully understood without extra information needed. Okay, so even though she had eaten lunch, comma, she was still hungry. Okay, so if you're going to first write the complete sentence, then you don't need a comma. If you first write the incomplete thought or incomplete information, that has to be followed by a comma. Okay, and then you will write the independent sentence. Okay, then we also have compound and complex, which means you're joining two sentences and one of them is a complex sentence. Okay, for example, look at the fourth sentence. Okay, she was tired and she was still hungry even though she had eaten lunch. Okay, now when you're writing a report, you cannot use all your sentences, cannot be simple. If तपाईले सबै सिम्पल सेन्टेन्स लेख्यो भने तपाईको सबै सेन्टेन्स धेरै शॉर्ट हुन्छ र धेरै लेख्नु पर्छ हैन. So that is not how you will write a report. Okay, so you cannot say the police got a call, then the X person called, then X person said this. No, you will have to combine the information. You will have to say at 9:10 the police received a call from Sarita and she said this. Okay, so you have to combine information. That is how you're going to combine relevant information. Okay, what is the difference independent and dependent? Okay, so we look at that. Okay, I'm just going to scroll down. Okay, so independent clause means the thought is complete. Okay, you don't have any questions on what the person is trying to say. Okay, for example, this one, independent simply means a complete thought. Okay, which means she ate lunch. The car drove on the road. On Tuesday, I had my test. This information is complete. But if I tell you, for example, these are complete thoughts. Okay, dependent means incomplete information. And to complete the meaning, you need another independent clause. Okay, that is what dependent means. For example, if I say, look at this example, the one I'm highlighting, when I got home. Is it the meaning clear if I tell you when I got home? No, because then you'll ask me what happened. What happened when you got home? Okay, so that is dependent, which is incomplete. And I need some information, an independent sentence to complete this information. Okay, so for example, I can say, so to complete this, I will say, when I got home, I discovered that my house had been robbed. This is a complete sentence, right? Now, in this sentence, when I got home is incomplete. Okay. But I discovered that my house had been robbed is independent clause, which means a complete thought. Okay. Okay. So is it clear what is dependent and independent? Dependent means it depends on an independent clause to complete the meaning. That is the meaning of dependent clause. Okay. But it is not complicated. It is not difficult. Only think that you cannot give incomplete sentences. Try to connect ideas and connect information, relevant information where possible. Okay. Connect as in use, join them in a single sentence. Okay. Okay. Okay, can I continue? Can I go ahead? Any questions on dependent and independent clause? Independent means the thought is complete. You don't have any more questions. Dependent means the information is incomplete. So you want to ask some question like what happened? Why is this incomplete? Okay. Okay, any other questions? Somebody is asking when, because, whom. Yeah, because you are asking questions because the information is incomplete. For example, if I tell you, uh, although I don't like him, then you will say what, although you don't like him. That is incomplete information. Okay, let us, just to make it clear, let us look at one more example here. Okay, because the restaurant was closed. Look at this example. So if I tell you because the restaurant was closed, if I start my dialogue and I say because the restaurant was closed, you're saying what happened because it was closed, right? You want some more information because my thought is incomplete. You don't understand why I'm saying this. Okay, so you're correct. Yes, you will have to ask questions, whatever are relevant questions, to get the complete information. Okay. Okay, any other questions? Can I go ahead? Okay, then another example. Look at the other example. For example, whom I respect very much. Very random. You don't know who is this whom. Who am I talking about? Okay. So a lot of incomplete information which is not helpful for you. Okay. Okay. I'm going to now discuss. Okay. I'm going to now discuss what tense you will use for the report. Okay. If you know what, I'll give you 30 seconds. Quickly type in the chat if you know what tense will you usually use for report writing. What is the meaning of report? Report means you're going to write about what happened. What happened is what tense? Past tense, right? Okay. So when you're writing a report about what happened, past tense, past continuous, and past perfect. These are the tenses that you can use. Okay. And if you pay attention to the reading, then you will realize that that is the same tense that they are using in the reading. So those of you who have replied, you're all right. Okay. You have to use past, past perfect, sometimes also past continuous. Okay. So we'll just quickly discuss what are these three tenses. These notes are on your WhatsApp. Okay. So narrative tense. Simply put, narrative tense means the tense you will use when you're telling a story. Imagine म हिजो पिकनिकमा गए र म आज साथीले भनिरहेको छु हिजो पिकनिकमा के भयो. So how will I start? I will have to say what I did in the morning, then what I did in the afternoon, then what I did in the evening, how did we end the day, how I felt when I came home, right? I'm going to tell. So when you're writing a report, basically you're telling a story. And when you tell a story about an incident, then you're going to report in the order in which things happened. First, next, then, final. Okay. And for that, you have to use narrative tense, which means simple past, past perfect, or past continuous. Okay. When do you use simple past? Can you quickly type in the chat? Anybody? When do you use simple past? No? So you use simple past when the action was completed in the past and the action was also complete and the time period is also completed. Okay. In English, anything before now is past tense. 5 minutes ago is also past tense. 500 years ago is also past tense. 1 million years ago is also past tense. For example, I can say we started the class at 7:10. We started, simple past. I'm talking about today, 37 minutes, 25 minutes ago. But I'm using past tense. Past tense means aile ko paila. Okay. whatever happened before now. Okay. Okay. So how do you, okay. So that is past tense. Okay. So past tense you will use whenever some action happened and the action was completed. For example, we started the class on Sunday. Today we started the class at 7:25. Okay. So I'm telling you what I did when I did. Okay. That is simple past. For simple past, you will use base form, ed form for regular verbs, and irregular verbs you will have to remember, which because there is no formula to remember irregular verbs. So in the WhatsApp group, I think the document also has some crime vocabulary. So also try to think about what are the past tense of the different crime vocabulary. For example, if I say assault, what is the past tense of assault? ASSAULT. What is the past tense of assault? Anybody? Type in the chat, please. What is the past tense of assault? Anyone? Assaulted, correct, right? If I say past tense of no, what is the past tense of no? KNOW. Assaulted is correct. What is the past tense of no? Knew. Okay. Known is the past participle. Knew is the past tense. Known is used for perfect tenses. Okay. So for simple past, you will use the past form of the verb, not the past participle. Okay. Okay. Then you will have past continuous. Okay. When do we use past continuous? Past continuous is some action that was in progress in the past. Okay. For example, if I ask you, तपाईले के गरिरा हुनुहुन्थ्यो त्यो बेलामा, if I ask you 8 बजे बिहान आज तपाईले के गरिरा हुनुहुन्थ्यो, what action was in progress in the past, not continued, not continued. No, not for two serially occurring past events. No, that is not past continuous. Okay. Past continuous is when one action is in progress. This is happening. Okay. This action is going on. That is past continuous. Okay. For example, if I ask you, what were you doing at 8 a.m. today? Can any of you quickly type your answer in the chat? What were you doing at 8 a.m. today? I was, not I am. I was taking a bath. I was eating breakfast. Anybody else? I was having my breakfast. Okay. Akash, you have to write, I was taking a bath. Okay. I was playing badminton. Okay, great. So you are telling me at 8 o'clock, what action was in progress? What was going on? Not taking breakfast. Okay. Please remember, taking breakfast, taking tea is Nepali English, which is not standard English. So you cannot take breakfast in English. You will eat or have. Okay. Dheeraj is asking me, don't we use past perfect continuous report? You can, but it may or may not be necessary. But you have to, definitely you will be using simple past, past continuous, and past perfect. We'll discuss all of them. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So what were you doing at 8 o'clock? You said I was having breakfast. I was playing badminton. I was doing my job in the office, which means you can simply say I was working. Okay. So that is past continuous. Some action that was happening, that was in progress. Okay. Now, when you have two actions, okay, and one action which was in progress is interrupted by another, disturbed. Okay. Then this action will be progressive and this action will be past, simple past. Okay. So look at the notes here. How do you make simple past continuous? Was or were plus verb plus ing. Okay. So can you see this? Okay. When to use simple past and when to use past continuous. For example, I can say when the police were driving, they were attacked by militants. When the police were driving on this road, they were attacked by militants. So when the police were driving is an action in progress. At that time, they got attacked. Okay, they started driving before the attack, and then somebody interrupted their driving by attacking them. So this action is past continuous, and the interrupting action is in simple past. Okay. Yeah, correct. When I was playing, Ram called me, right? Or I was eating dinner when he called me. Okay, you can look at the screen. Okay, so a simple past action will interrupt. Interrupt means disturb. Disturb the past continuous action. The action that started first is past continuous. The action that interrupted the continuing action is the simple past. Okay. Okay. All of this is in your notes. Okay. So don't worry. If you want extra grammar practice, I'm going to just quickly write this website here. Please note down this website and you can go to this website and practice grammar. Okay. www.agendaweb.org. Everybody, please note this down. I will also send this on Zoom chat. Okay. If you go to this website, agendaweb.org, then it has a lot of grammar exercises. So if you think grammar, तपाईको grammar week छ भने त्यहाँ गएर grammar practice गर्नुस्, तपाईले त्यहाँ reading पनि practice गर्नु मिल्छ, listening पनि practice गर्नु मिल्छ. Okay, but just small topics. So according to your level, please select and practice. Okay. Okay. So we discussed simple past, past continuous. I'm going to now discuss past perfect. Okay. So when will you use past perfect? Simple past is an action that happened in the past. Okay. Past perfect, an action in progress in the past. Simple past interrupts the past continuous. So, okay. So when will we use past perfect? No, just completed in the past is simple past. No, why will it be past perfect? Anybody else? Okay. Okay. Past perfect is used when two things happened in the past, two things, but you want to say out of the two things which happened first. Okay. For example, look at the screen. I'm just going to go to past perfect. Okay. Okay. So past perfect. Okay. For example, look at this sentence. Okay. Look at the sentence I've highlighted. Okay. By the time we arrived at the party, everyone had already left. So what action happened first? People leaving, right? That is why that is in past perfect. And I arrived after people left. That is why I'm saying by the time we arrived at the party, everyone had left. So the action of leaving happened before my arriving. Two actions happened, people leaving and me arriving. But me arriving happened after people had already left. That's why I'm saying by the time we arrived at the party, everyone had already left. Okay. Can we write past perfect? Depends if you're going to write about two actions. For example, by the time the police reached, the attackers had already run away. Yes. If you're writing it like that, then yes, you can write two, but you need two actions. You have to justify why you're using past perfect. If you only write criminals had run away, that is not clear to me why you're using past perfect. Okay. But if there are two actions happening and you want to show which happened first, which happened next, then you can use past perfect and simple past. Okay. Is that okay? MSI, is that helpful? Did you understand? You cannot simply write one action in past perfect because it is not always clear. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Before the policemen came, the thieves had run away. Yes, that is correct. Okay, that is correct. So before the police came, the thieves had run away. Correct. So two actions happened, the thieves running and the police coming or arriving. Okay. So two actions. First, the thieves had run away and then the police came. Okay. So that is correct. That's good. Okay. Okay. I'm now going to let us do reading and listening today. Okay. So I'm going to stop the grammar discussion today. Every day, tomorrow as well, we will do half an hour of some grammar. Tomorrow we'll do prepositions, for example. Among two, one must be in simple past. Yes, if you're going to describe the order in which things are happening, then yes, there is a reason why you're describing two actions. Paila yo bhayo, tespachi yo bhayo, hai na? That then you will use one in simple past, one in past perfect. However, when you're writing a list of things, for example, I went there, I saw what happened, and then I called the police. In that case, you may not write it, but in a police report, you will need. Had class already started before I joined the virtual class? No, we started the class 2 days ago. Today is the third class. No, so no, we hadn't started. I also have another physical class going on here. So sometimes I give you examples from the physical class just so I know in the physical class, students are asking me doubts. So I'm telling you that some student asked this, someone else asked this, just to make sure I'm giving you giving you information from other students or other doubts that other students have. Simple past perfect. There is no simple. You mean past perfect and simple? Please look at the screen. I'm going to highlight the second example. She realized she had lost her keys when she got home. Right? So what did I realize? That I had lost my keys. I had lost before I realized. I got home. So I had lost my keys before I got home and before I realized. That is why had lost is in past perfect and she realized and she got home is in simple past. Okay. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing the screen here. I'm going to first send on chat. Can we use direct speech in report writing? No, report writing, you will always use reported speech. Tomorrow we'll discuss reported speech as well. Okay. Uh, Tomorrow we'll practice some reported speech in the class. Okay. You cannot use direct speech. You will have to write, for example, if you say, John said I saw the thief. Then you would have to write, John said he saw the thief. Or John said he had seen the thief. Okay, so we'll discuss reported speech tomorrow. Right now, I need to stop this discussion so that we can do a reading for 20 minutes and do the listening as well. Okay, so I'm going to stop this. Okay, I'm going to send on Zoom chat the reading passage for today. And while you download that, I'm also going to quickly ask the office to make sure they have sent it to you on WhatsApp as well. Okay, please download the document I have sent on the chat. If you say you haven't found it, please scroll up and down and you will see it. Okay. I'm giving you 1 minute to quickly download the reading comprehension for today. Please download the reading comprehension. Okay. I'm going to also quickly go away for a minute and come back. Please don't start writing anything for the reading comprehension. Just wait until I start the timer. Okay. Please wait. Okay. I hope everybody has downloaded the reading comprehension. I'm now going to start the timer. Please take notes. Remember that you have 20 minutes in which you have to read. You have to answer the 10 questions. Okay. You have to answer the 10 questions as well as take notes for yourself. After 20 minutes, they will take away this. So you will not have these answers. You will also not have the reading passage with you. You will only have your own notes. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to start the timer. 20 minutes. Please start your reading comprehension test now. Somebody is again saying, I didn't get the reading comprehension. I'm just sending it again. Please download. Please pay attention when I'm sending things. Okay. Pradeep, I have sent it to you again. Please download.